Good evening and welcome. It is looking beautiful from where we are in terms of the Pallekele Stadium. It's Greens versus the Greys, a very important game in the Dialog-SLC International, Invitational T20 League. Well, it's going to be a very interesting encounter. We saw a game that the Reds had the best of the Blues in the afternoon. But today, it's an all-important game for both these teams. A win for the Greys means they will ensure a place in the final, and a win for the Greens will ensure that they are also in contention still in this league. So that's how it's been poising up for this all-important game. And this is how the points table is looking after the afternoon game. The Greys with 3 games, they have won all 3 of them. The Blues have won 2, the Reds have won 2, and as I did mention, the Greys are yet to get off the mark in terms of points. They're on a minus net run rate as well as the Reds, but it will all come down to how they battle it out in the remaining games, especially the Greens. They will definitely want to make an impact in this evening's game. As you say, good evening to Gamini Pereira, but not a good looking sight out there in the centre.
Yeah, looking at that ladder, Kosala, it's certainly not pleasant for the Greens at the moment, and they need to get some points on the board, and by the looks of things, they're not going to get on the pitch in a hurry. This is a bit before that. At least 20 minutes before that, we were all ready and set to go up until the heavens opened slightly and delayed the proceeding somewhat. Yeah, like I said, it's a daunting task for the Greens at the moment, Kosala. So they'll be looking to get some game time out there in the middle, because every match from here on in is like a semi-final for them to stay in this tournament.
But this is how the players warmed up, practice out, and with some spot bowling, making sure that their arms turn well when it comes the battle in the centre. A lot of fielding practice. You see even the coaching staff adhering by the health guidelines being dished out for this tournament. A lot expected from a lot of these youngsters, especially want to make an impact in this tournament, to knock on the doors of the selectors, and also players who have been in and out of the national side, for them to make another comeback. This is the very energetic ground staff, one of the best in the world when it comes to covering surfaces. And Sri Lanka became one of the first countries to cover the entire ground, in fact, when the skies open up, Gavin.
Yeah, in that way, I think signs are not so bad. As you can see in the middle, there's only 3 or 4 covers on at the moment, so they are expecting this to be clear in any time and quickly as possible, as far as the 2 teams are concerned and the viewers at home. It's a very quiet night here, and having said that, it's got hard, hasn't it? But well, this is all the action that we are having. As you can see, it's coming down hard at the moment.
Well, the story is definitely not looking that good from what the pictures we are seeing and what we're seeing here from the ground. There's more covers being brought in by the ground staff, and the skies have opened up a little bit more from what we can see. It's raining pretty hard here in Pallekele. The 4th umpire with the umbrella out, looking on to make sure that the covers are brought in properly. It's not an easy task. You need a mechanism, Gamini, to make sure on the way you put these covers.
They're having so many staff members out there in the middle and so many covers out there available for the ground staff. That's a head ground boy out there, along with the 4th umpire. Like Kosala mentioned, we've got a very efficient ground staff in Sri Lanka, so they'll try and do their best to get the play underway as soon as this rain stops. But right now, it's certainly not looking good, like Kosala mentioned, because it is coming down pretty hard.
Hopefully the rain gods will keep away and we will have action from the Pallekele International Stadium. Well, till we hear from something positive from the centre and the rains decide to keep away and make sure that cricket becomes the winner at the end of the day. It's time for us to return you back to the studio and we'll be back with you with the latest from Pallekele.
මාන්සිය ගෙම්බර් දාන තැන නම්බර එකට රිෆ්‍රෙෂ් කරනවා.
මුලින්ම කියන්න ඕන මුලින්ම අපිට තිබි 4 days matches 4 day matches දෙකේ කණ්ඩායම යම් තරමක් පසුබෑමකට ලක් වුණා. ඊට පස්සේ one day එකට ආවට පස්සේ කණ්ඩායමේ පළවෙනි තරඟය පරාජයටපත් වුණත් දෙවෙනි තරඟය තුන්වෙනි තරඟය ජයග්‍රහණය ගන්න පුළුවන් වුණා. ඒකදී කට්ටියගේ කැපවීම මුලින්ම කියන්න ඕන. කට්ටිය හැම එක්කෙනා විශ්වාස කරලා කට්ටියට පුළුවන් උපරිම කරලා මැච් එක දෙවෙනි තරඟය තුන්වෙනි තරඟය ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්න පුළුවන් වුණා කට්ටියට. ඒ වගේම හතරවෙනි තරඟය පස්වෙනි තරඟය උපරිම ශ්‍රී ලංකා කට්ටිය උපරිමෙන් අවසනාවකට අපි ඒ තරඟ දෙක මේ පරාජයටපත් වුණා. ඒ තරඟාවලියේ වන් ඩේ එකේ අපි 3-2 විදියට පරාජයටපත්.
ක්‍රීඩාවට තියෙනා වූ ඕනෑකම නේද ශ්‍රී ලංකා ක්‍රිකට් ප්‍රේක්ෂකයා ඉල්ලන්නේ?
ඉත්තෑව නම් දැනගෙන හිටිය ටූර්නමන්ට් එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා.
අපිට ඇත්තටම තියෙන පුදුම සතුටක්.
ඒ දස්කම් දකිද්දී අර ඉන්ස්පයර් වෙනවා.
ක්‍රිකට් කියන්නේ අපේ ලේවල්ටම ගැඹුණු ක්‍රීඩාවක්.
ශ්‍රී ලංකා ජාතික ක්‍රිකට් කණ්ඩායම සහභාගී වන සියලුම තරඟාවලීන් විශ්ලේෂණාත්මකව සාකච්ඡා කරමි.
ක්‍රිකට් ක්‍රීඩාවේ ඇතුළාන්තයේ සිට අනාගතය වෙත කරන කතා බහ.
පිටියේ කතා සෑම සතියකම thepuppet.com එකකින් ඔබ වෙතට.
ක්‍රිකට් කියන්නේ අපේ ලේවල්ටම ගැඹුණු ක්‍රීඩාවක්.
ශ්‍රී ලංකා ජාතික ක්‍රිකට් කණ්ඩායම සහභාගී වන සියලුම තරඟාවලීන් විශ්ලේෂණාත්මකව සාකච්ඡා කරමි.
ක්‍රිකට් ක්‍රීඩාවේ ඇතුළාන්තයේ සිට අනාගතය වෙත කරන කතා බහ.
පිටියේ කතා සෑම සතියකම thepuppet.com එකකින් ඔබ වෙතට.
මිනිත්තුවෙන් මිනිත්තුව වෙනස් වන ක්‍රීඩා ලෝකයේ උණුසුම එසැනින් ඔබ වෙතට. The Papare Sports News Alerts. හරක් වෙලා පරාදුණු වෙන්න අතුම රෙජිස්ටර් වෙන්න. The Papare කියලා ටයිප් කරලා 676 එවන්න. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 30යි. කුන්දේසි සහිතයි.
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில், உங்கள் நகரில், உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவர்களின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் ஒளியின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/thepaparetamil.
මේ ක්‍රීඩාංගනවල ගහකොළ තනකොළයක් පවා බලන් ඉන්නේ අපි එනකම්. පිටියේ සිදුවෙන පුංචිම පුංචි තොරතුරේ ඉඳන් පිටියෙන් පිටත සිදුවෙන දේ දක්වාම රටට පෙන්වන්න අපි කැපවෙන නිසා. මේක ක්‍රීඩාව ගැන ගැඹුරින්ම තියෙන ආදරයක්. එක වෙලාවකට පිස්සුවක්. ක්‍රිකට් ක්‍රීඩාවේ ඉඳන් මලල ක්‍රීඩා දක්වා ඕනෑම ක්‍රීඩාවක්. පාසල් මට්ටමේ ඉඳන් ජාත්‍යන්තරය දක්වා ඕනෑම මට්ටමක් අපි තරණය කරන්නේ හදවතින්. මව්බිම වෙනුවෙන් තරුණ දහදිය පිටිය සිඹිද්දී ඒ අත්දැකීම් ඔබට සමීප කරන අපේ දහදියත් පිටිය මත වැටුණා. ඔබේ හදවතට විජයග්‍රාහී හැඟීම් අරගෙන එන්න මව්බිමට ධනාත්මක බලාපොරොත්තු ඇති කරන්න ඕනෑම දුරක් යන්න අපි සූදානම්. උස්මිතිකම් භාෂාමය බාධා බිඳ දමලා ඕනෑම සමාජ මාධ්‍යයක් හරහා ක්‍රීඩාව රසවිඳින ක්‍රීඩාලෝලී හමුදාවක් අපි හැදුවේ ලක්මවගේ අනාගතය වෙනුවෙන්. ලක්මව ජාත්‍යන්තර ජයග්‍රහණ වලින් සැරසෙද්දී ඔබේ පාසල් මව ක්‍රීඩා සමාජය ජයග්‍රහණ සමරද්දීත් අපි ඔබේ එක්ක හිටියා. මේ අපේ රටේ ක්‍රීඩාවේ සාඩම්බරය, ක්‍රීඩාවේ පෙරගමන, ඒ ජයග්‍රාහී හැඟීම ඔබේම හැඟීමක් කරන thepapare.com. thepapare.com ක්‍රීඩාවට හදවතින්.
Sign up for a Dialog Power plan today. The best mobile postpaid plans in Sri Lanka.
නොනවතින කතාවත් එහෙමමයි. මිස් නොවි ආදරෙත් එහෙමමයි. රෑකට වුණත් ගෙදරම ඉඳගෙන රීලෝඩ්.
ඔබටත් ඔබේ ආදරණීයයන්ටත් ගෙදරම ඉඳගෙන ඩයලොග් රීලෝඩ් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් කාඩ් my dialog app හෝ dialog.lk මගින් සක්‍රිය කිරීමේ පහසුවත් විඳින්න.
1000ක් වැඩගොඩත් එහෙමමයි. පිසි ජීවිතෙත් එහෙමමයි. ඒ නිසා ඔබටත් ඔබේ ආදරණීයයන්ටත් ගෙදරම ඉඳගෙන පහසුවෙන් ඩයලොග් හෝම් බ්‍රෝඩ්බෑන්ඩ් සම්බන්ධතාවය රීලෝඩ් කරන්න හෝ බිල්පත් ගෙවන්න. my dialog app හෝ dialog.lk වෙත පිවිසෙන්න.
බැංකු වැඩට කාලෙ නොකා ආදරයට කාලෙ දෙන්න. තාමත් තේරුනේ නැද්ද? එහෙනම් දැන්ම ජීනී මුදල් ඇප් එක දාගන්න. මුදල් වලින් වැඩ ගන්න ගොඩක් ක්‍රම සහ විදි තියෙන අලුත්ම ලෝකයකට පිවිසෙන්න. ජීනී get it to get it.
நேரடி ஒளிபரப்பு யாழ்ப்பாணத்தில்
මාතර කොටවිල ගම්පියසට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. සිරිතදාස
ඇඩ්මොරටුව
පියගම මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ක්‍රීඩාංගණය
கிழக்கு மாகாணம்
Sugadadas Indoor Stadium
is the Fox Hill Supercross.
කුරුණෑගල සිටි ඇතුගල් පුරවරය
papare.com අපි අද ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නෝරෙලිය ප්‍රදේශයේ.
ෆයිනල් ෂෝඩවුන් කැන්ඩි ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ක්ලබ්
පොළොන්නරුව ජාතික සංකීර්ණයේ සිට
Sign up for a Dialog Power plan today. The best mobile postpaid plans in Sri Lanka.
අවදානම එහෙමමයි. හැබැයි හදවතේ බැඳීමුත් එහෙමමයි. ඕනෑම කෙනෙකුට ගෙදර ඉඳගෙනම රීලෝඩ්.
ඔබටත් ඔබේ ආදරණීයයන්ටත් ගෙදරම ඉඳගෙන ඩයලොග් රීලෝඩ් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් කාඩ් my dialog app හෝ dialog.lk මගින් සක්‍රිය කිරීමේ පහසුවත් විඳින්න.
බැංකු වැඩට කාලෙ නොකා
ගියාට පස්සේ අපි එන්නේ කොහොමත් 2-3ට අපේ වැත්තේ ඉවරෙන්නේ උදේ ජිම් කරනවා, රනින් තියනවා, ඒ වගේම අපේ ෆිට්නස් ටෙස්ට් තියෙනවා, ඒ වගේම අපේ ස්කිල්ස් ප්‍රැක්ටිස් තියෙනවා. ඒ ඔක්කොම ගාලා ඒ ඔක්කොටම
cold night here in the district of Kandy. We're here in Pallekele to bring you the Dialog-SLC Invitational T20 League. The second game of the day, Greens versus Greys, was what was supposed to happen at 7 p.m. But unfortunately, the weather gods had different plans. The skies opened up after we were done in preparation to bring you this game. Suddenly, as you can see in the pictures, things aren't looking good. There's lots of people on the ground there. Unfortunately, it's not the cricketers, it's the ground staff who've done a stellar job in completely covering the grounds. When we brought you the update earlier, it was only the centre and a bit of the four sides that were covered. But right now, the entire ground is fully covered so that there's no water getting penetrated into those grounds. Well, nothing much has changed since the last time. The rain did come down heavy. It slowed down a bit. There is still a drizzle going on. Well, we wait to hear an official word from those responsible of making a decision. We will have to wait and watch. But just to let you know, the first ball, the last time to bowl the first ball will be 9:46 p.m. to try and get a 5-over game at least. But if you can't do that past that time, then unfortunately it will be cut. We certainly don't hope so. We really hope that we do get a game underway. We are seeing the ground staff working, just trying to get those covers off. The rain has definitely slowed down. That's good news, but still too early to tell. We still haven't received any official word from the umpires. But the good news is that it's looking like the covers are coming off. So the rain has definitely completely stopped. As we take off the covers, we're told that it'll take about 90 minutes to get the ground and the pitch ready to play. So we will wait and watch, and we'll let you know as and when we have a word of whether there will be any shortage in the overs and the different playing conditions that will come into effect as a result of this rain stoppage. But that's what it looks like right now here in Pallekele International Cricket Stadium. Don't go anywhere. I'm sure, at least I hope and I'm positive, that there will be some action for us tonight. The Greys versus the Greens is what we are trying to bring you here, all the way from Pallekele International Cricket Stadium. The lights are on. The ground staff, as you can see, are very busy working extremely hard. And these pictures, I'm sure, instill a lot of hope in you. The ground covers coming off and giving us hope that there will be some action. Until we have another update for you, it's temporarily goodbye from all of us here on thepapare.com. We'll come back to you soon.
ලංකරේ ලකුණු 10 ලබා ගන්න පුහුණු කරන සර් ගොඩක් උපදෙස් දුන්නා. ඒ උපදෙස් අනුව ක්‍රීඩා කරපු හින්දා තමයි මම හිතන්නේ මට ලකුණු 10 ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන් වුණේ.
Good evening and welcome. It's the Greens versus the Greys. The rain gods have decided to stay away from the ground. It is now all set and ready to get underway. It's going to be a shortened game with 13 overs per side. A very important game for the Greens, as we mentioned earlier, because they need a win to get themselves on the points card. And this is how the points table look like before the start of this game. The Greys on top with 3 out of 3. Blues and the Reds having 2 wins apiece. And the Greens yet to get off the mark with a minus net run rate. But they're not out of this league yet. But the Greys with the victory here will ensure that they will booked a place in the final on the 24th. But if Greens get the better of them, they also become in the run for a place in the final with 2 more games remaining after this. Joining me for this evening coverage is Gamini Pera, and he will take you through on how the surface would look like for this game.
Yeah, as you can see, there is no harm done with the rain. The beauty of Sri Lankan groundsman is that they cover the whole pitch as well as the whole outfield, so nothing has damaged as far as the grounds are concerned, and it's looking good nick. The surface pretty dry. Some of the footmarks have appeared from that previous game, but still look pretty good and ticks all the boxes for a game of high pressure. T20 game, high pressure, but 13 overs cozy. It's even more at this stage, and cannot wait to get this underway.
Yes, definitely be a very interesting game. Well, the toss was done before the rains came down. Dasun Shanaka tossed his coin, and Ashan Priyanjana called correct this time, and he decided that he would ask the Greys to take first lease of the wicket. So the Greys will be batting for the first time, or rather they'll be batting, they'll be starting the innings for the 4th time in this tournament.
The one thing that has gone Dasun Shanaka's way is the toss, like you mentioned. So they'll be taking the first lease of the wicket. And this happened before the rain came down, so that has not changed. And Nallai Devraj, and there's some slick footwork, wasn't it? As a match referee. And yeah, it's an important game for the Greens. Like we mentioned, at one point in time, they were waiting anxiously in the dressing room, hoping that their hopes are dashed because of the rains, but they've got an opportunity. But like I said, it's a 13 overs per team, and there's not a lot of margin for error in this.
And also it'll be new sort of rules for the game, especially we'll have 4 overs of power play per side. 3 bowlers will be permitted to go. This is how the ground staff were on the ball to make sure that the game gets underway. The covers coming on and coming off. It's not easy, isn't it, Gamini? Because you need to make sure how you get that water out of the covers. It's an art, isn't it?
I was watching it very carefully, and it was a beautiful work by the groundsman. It is, like you mentioned, it's such an art on transferring water from one cover to the other, and I'm pretty sure this is the only country who does that. And when the rain stops, Sri Lanka is the only country where we can start in no time. So you can see the 4th umpire there just before we came on there, having communicating with the actual officials on the field today, Deepal Mundra Peruma, and there's that match referee.
Deepal Gunawardana, Gamini, just getting tongue twisted. Definitely there's a lot of biscuits that we've been receiving today has really kept our words slipping a lot, especially the Maliban savory range that keeps things going. You also can get a pack of these Maliban savory chick bits or Crisco, and then enjoy the game. Coming to you live courtesy of thepapari.com. This is how the SLC Greys team will look for today's game. They made 2 changes. They brought in Charmika Gunasekara, the fast bowler, at the expense of Udit Madhushankar, and Lahiru Madhushankar will make way for Nuvinidhu Fernando in today's Grace team.
This is the Greens 11 who will line up for this match in the evening. Plenty of batting to come. Lahiru Krishan, Prathum Nisanka. The 2 changes at the end, Vishwa Fernando and Lakshan Sandakan coming instead of Lahiru Kumara and Sumedha Lakshan.
Well, if you're at home and watching this live coverage courtesy of thepapare.com, well, here's your chance to win 10 GB worth of data while you're watching the game. All you need to do is to watch when the Dialog Fun Blast logo is displayed on the screen and comment the right over where it was displayed on the post on that Papare Cricket page. 10 lucky winners walk away with 10 GB worth of data each match. Well, that is very interesting, isn't it? Because data is something that you need with all these new guidelines, new lockdowns. You need a lot of data, Gamini.
You are too right there, Cozy. A lot of cricket coming your way. You can even watch it on your phone. So that's something that you can look forward to while you're watching some action on the field. And looking at the 2 openers, Kamil Mishara is out there with Cruz Pillay. That opening pair is something that they haven't worked it out yet. We have seen Vinod Bhanuka in that position as well, and now the rain shortened game, 13 overs per side. Kamil Mishara and Cruz Pillay have got a daunting task to get their side a good start. 4 overs of power play. We'll have to update you on the conditions that we will be playing tonight, and 13 overs per team and 4 hours of power play. 3 bowlers are allowed to bowl 3 overs maximum, and 2 bowlers can bowl up to 2 overs.
I mean, the interesting thing is they've gone with the traditional or the customary openers that they would want to go in for the game. I thought there might be a shift of gears here and there with the shortened game, but the Greys have trusted upon these 2 young men.
Do or die game for the Greens. Nuwan Tushar has got the ball in hand here, like you said. One thing they haven't worked it out is in a good opening stand. They don't have a lot of time to have a look around, so they'll have to get going from the very first ball. Here we go.
Runs straight away for Cruz Pillay, and they come back for 2. Good running as another slinger from Sri Lanka. Nuwan Tushar starts proceedings for the Greens.
Getting some swing away from the right-hander's bat and finding the outside edge. Slip in place, cover point, cover extra, cover mid-off along with 3rd man on the offside. Mid-on, short fine leg inside the circle with deep square leg back on the boundary for Cruz Pillay. Having a good look at the first ball, no doubt he'll be looking to pierce that field or go over it. As we are doing 13 overs, there it is. The first real go at the bowler from Cruz Pillay. That's what he was trying to do, but didn't get up as he wanted.
It didn't have much bounce as well. It came off a little slower, isn't it, to the batsman. He was very early into the shot. So that's what this surface has been. We saw in the previous game also some balls not really coming on.
Yeah, interesting to see. That might change because the covers were on for some time and a bit of moisture on top of the surface, so it will start to skid through. You never know, it might pick up a little bit of speed as we go along.
Well, there was room on offer, but I thought Cruz Pillay would have done better in putting that one away to the boundary, and that's exactly what he's done.
Yeah, who's feeling down there? I think deep 3rd man completely misread the speed of the ball. Not a good piece of fielding. Well.
The execution wasn't perfect, but the fielder made a mess of it.
So So 6 of the first 3 balls. Pretty good start for the Greys. Checked his shot then. Well picked up from that fielder cover point. Was that Ramesh Mendis, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Ramesh Mendis. But again, you can see Gamini, that ball not really going through as the batsman expected.
It'll be interesting to see whether actually Nuwan Tushar was looking to slow it down by using his wrist. A lot of variation will come into play. Idea is to prevent the boundaries. Well picked up. What a magnificent shot. Just dropped it over mid-wicket. Obviously that indicates me, Kosala, this pitch has enough speed.
Well, very good pick-up shot from Cruz Pulle, right in the zone. The head position was fantastic. Got underneath that ball, that is the key. And away it went over cow corner.
What an eventful over to start the innings. Boundary and a 6 already, so 12 of 5 deliveries, and Nuwan Tushar is looking to finish his over well. Slip comes out straight away. He goes to a mid-wicket position on the leg side. In the gap. Well timed again. Placement was the key. What an over for the Greys.
First over completed, 16 for none.
පේමන්ට් එක ටක් ගාලා කරලා මහන්සිය ටක් ගාලා නිවන්න. තාමත් තේරුනේ නැද්ද? එහෙනම් දැන්ම ජීනී මුදල් ඇප් එක දාගන්න. මුදල් වලින් වැඩ ගන්න ගොඩක් ක්‍රම සහ විදි තියෙන අලුත්ම ලෝකයකට පිවිසෙන්න. ජීනී, get it to get it.
Sign up for a Dialog Power Plan today. The best mobile postpaid plans in Sri Lanka.
Gamini just is a good indication when you have bad fielding, how that can hurt the fielding side. If that boundary was prevented at third man and given away with 1 run, we wouldn't have, maybe we might have not seen a 6 or a boundary.
Yeah, definitely all these small things count, especially in a high pressure game like this. Nuwan Tushar was looking up on the sky. He was thinking, why didn't he keep on raining after the first over? Like you said, if that fielder at third man has stopped it by giving just 1, Kamil Mishar would have been on strike. The new batsman would be a bit nervous taking on the first ball he faced. Straight away change of spin, or change of speed I should say. Kamidu Mendis going to operate from the grandstand end. Remember, only 4 overs of power play, so these 2 batsmen will be looking to take all the opportunities that come their way in these first 4 overs.
What is he going to bowl? Left arm or right arm? He's going right arm to the left hand. Misfield enabled the batsman to cross over comfortably. Greens need to pick things up. They need to up their game. They need a win they need a win desperately rather.
Might be the same story, Kosi. Misfield gives them a 1 and bring the right hand back on strike. But only thing, Mendis has the ability to change his arms, and no doubt for the right hander he'll be looking to go left arm.
This is Cruz Pulle. He's got a decent strike rate with the best score of 67, but he needs to improve on that average. But only 23 games for the young man. Kamil Mendis decides to go left arm to the right. They're looking for 2. There might be a chance. No, the throw is at the wrong end. Kamil Mishar was almost halfway down, but Cruz Pulle was definitely not interested in the second. This is what Kamil Mishar has been doing in T20 cricket. Only 10 games for him. Those stats don't really show the capabilities of this young man. This time he goes inside out, over extra cover, 1-2 bounces, cracks into the boundary.
He's coming at a good speed out of his hand and it's not turning, but Kamil Mishar goes inside out over extra cover. Not the length he wanted, had the elevation. He's got good skills, Kamil Mishara. Just that we haven't seen him continuing into a deep innings from him in this tournament just yet. Still 4 fielders inside the circle along with long off. Mid-on, deep mid-wicket, and 2 fielders on the leg side behind the line. This time he goes straight down mid-wicket, straightish mid-wicket, 1 bounce, same result.
This is the perfect start for a shortened game, Gamini. Kamil Mishara and Cruz Pulle taking on the bowling, and this time he goes over mid-wicket. 1 bounce.
Again, great start for the Greys. The second over, 2 boundaries in the first 3 deliveries. Sets you right up. Mid-on goes back, mid-off comes up. Tipped the same sort of a shot by Kamil Mishara.
They come back for 2. This is good running. This is what young feet can do for you. Very quick between the wickets. So very good start here. We have 11 balls of the Greys innings. And we had 28 runs.
Yeah, 5 boundaries already. Yes. Including a 6. Down the ground. Oh, another poor piece of fielding. Certainly this will put a major dent on their confidence, especially the bowlers as well as the skipper for the Greens. Another boundary to finish the second over. Kamil Mishara moves to 15 after 5 balls. Greys are 32 for no loss after 2.
ඒ බලන මේ බලද්දි ඉන්වෙස්ට්මන්ට් එකක් කරන්න. තාමත් තේරුනේ නැද්ද? එහෙනම් දැන්ම ජීනී මුදල් ඇප් එක දාගන්න. මුදල් වලින් වැඩ ගන්න ගොඩක් ක්‍රම සහ විදි තියෙන අලුත්ම ලෝකයකට පිවිසෙන්න. ජීනී get it to get it. බැංකු වැඩට කාලේ නොකා ආදරයට කාලේ දෙන්න. තාමත් තේරුනේ නැද්ද? එහෙනම් දැන්ම ජීනී මුදල් ඇප් එක දාගන්න. මුදල් වලින් වැඩ ගන්න ගොඩක් ක්‍රම සහ විදි තියෙන අලුත්ම ලෝකයකට පිවිසෙන්න. ජීනී get it to get it.
Problems straight away for the Greens captain, and he decides that he's going to give Vishwa Fernando a go here. He's playing in his first game. The left-arm fast bowler. In fact, it's going to be no, it's going to be Vishwa Fernando. He's got the ball in hand. Well spread out field in the inner ring with the 2 men patrolling on the boundaries, a deep square, and a 3rd man. Vishwa Fernando, 14 games, best of 2 for 17. That economy rate is a bit high, 8.13. But it's been a good start from these 2 young openers for the Greys. These are these beautiful drone shots coming to you.
That's pretty close. That is pretty close, and he's a goner. I was just about to say that Greens captain had the option of giving the new ball to Vishwa Fernando or Nuwan Tushara. I thought Fernando would have been the better option simply because of the left armour. He was able to swing that ball back into those pads, and that's plumb in front.
Because he was trying to hit across the line, hit him in line. And he was a goner. Lasith Cruz Pulle gone for 17. The Greys lose their first wicket at 32.
මිනිත්තුවෙන් මිනිත්තුව වෙනස් වන ක්‍රීඩා ලෝකයේ උණුසුම එසැනින් ඔබ වෙතට. The Papare Sports News Alerts. හරක් වෙලා පරාදුණු වෙන්න අතුම රෙජිස්ටර් වෙන්න. The Papare කියලා ටයිප් කරලා 676 එවන්න. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 30යි. කුන්දේසි සහිතයි.
Well, here's a man in form, Charit Asalanka. Decent strike rate, played 28 games, just over 500 runs, a best of 64, but he's in good form. Did very well against the touring Indian side, had a good outing in the previous game. Will want to continue. Vishwa Fernando has got a slip in place for Asalanka.
With an offer, He had to go down on one knee to reach that delivery at Charit Asalanka, and beautifully executed. I thought Mr. Fernando was able to end that cracking start just like Crisco Maliban snack cracker. But Charit Asalanka walks in and continues the misery for the Greens.
It is definitely a cracker shot to start off. That would give him loads of confidence. It's always tough, isn't it, when you're playing a short and over game. When you're batting first, what's the target that you're going to set? Oh, this is good. Charit Asalanka is just taking on Vishwa Fernando. This time he goes over extra cover. Gets to the ball much earlier than the previous one, but the result is the same.
Yeah, it's funny when you play these shortened games, Kosala. It's like an 18-year-old gets his license on the first day. No matter what form that you're in, you've got the license to go after every delivery, where the coach will probably won't have a go at you. But Asalanka, of course, coming from a very good innings in that last outing, got 2 half volleys, wide half volleys, and both of them he was able to put them away.
Already 7 boundaries and a 6 in this innings. But he's gone. He's gone. He finds the outside edge. This time Vishwa Fernando. Asalanka was trying to run it down, but that's a poor shot selection because there was a slip in place, Gamini.
Yeah, looking to play a helping shot, Charit Asalanka. Enough bounce. And a simple catch to the wicket keeper. What an eventful over. 2 wickets, 2 fours.
Fantastic 4 deliveries. Charit Asalanka gone for 8. A very short stay with 3 deliveries. 40 for 2.
මිනිත්තුවෙන් මිනිත්තුව වෙනස් වන ක්‍රීඩාලෝකයේ උණුසුම එසැනින් ඔබ වෙතට. The Papare Sports News Alerts. හරක් වෙලා පරාදුණු වෙන්න අතුම රෙජිස්ටර් වෙන්න. The Papare කියලා ටයිප් කරලා 678 එවන්න. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 30යි. කුන්දේසි සහිතයි.
Minod Bhanukar is coming at the fall of the second wicket. He opened the batting in the previous games. Best of 85. Average of 20. 1,000 runs for him in T20 cricket. Has not had the best of tournaments. Let's see what he can offer here today. But this has been a very interesting over. 2 wickets, 2 boundaries.
Now there's a wide slip. Third man inside the circle. Point. Deep extra cover mid-off. So getting some movement off the pitch from Vishwa Fernando. Incidentally, Kosala, Dasun Chanaka, who's the highest run getter in this competition, 140 runs against him, and then Lahiru Madhusankar, who is not featured today, and the next one is Charit Asalanka, who had just had 1 game, and today was his second time around. So they'll be looking for either Kamil Mishara, Minod Bhanukar, along with Dasun Chanaka, to get a good score. This one came in the start to the left-hander, good direction and good length to finish the over from Vishwa Fernando. 2 for 8, good over. Grace at 40 for 2.
අවදානම එහෙමමයි. හැබැයි හදවතේ බැඳීමුත් එහෙමමයි. ඕනෑම කෙනෙකුට ගෙදර ඉඳගෙනම රීලෝඩ්.
ඔබටත් ඔබේ ආදරණීයයන්ටත් ගෙදරම ඉඳගෙන Dialog Reload ඉන්ටර්නෙට් කාඩ් My Dialog app හෝ Dialog.lk මගින් සක්‍රිය කිරීමේ පහසුවත් විඳින්න.
1000ක් වැඩගොඩත් එහෙමමයි. පිසි ජීවිතෙත් එහෙමමයි. ඒ නිසා ඔබටත් ඔබේ ආදරණීයයන්ටත් ගෙදරම ඉඳගෙන පහසුවෙන් Dialog Home Broadband සම්බන්ධතාවය රීලෝඩ් කරන්න හෝ බිල්පත් ගෙවන්න. My Dialog app හෝ Dialog.lk වෙත පිවිසෙන්න.
Well, I think this is definitely expected, isn't it, Gamini? When you have 2 left-handers batting, the captain will always opt to go for your off-spinner. I think that's where Ramesh Mendis has been called upon by Ashan Priyanjan. captain. 4 for 17 is best.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see
Decent economy rate.
the speed that Ramesh Mendy is going to operate to Kamil Mishara. All the fielders on the offside are inside the circle. Long on and a deep mid wicket on the leg side. Last over of the power play. Good line, very good line. That's why he will have to bowl around the midland leg, Cozy, because your boundary line fielders are on the leg side.
Yeah, and he'll also try to bring it into the left-hander. Occasionally get the turn. The ball is fairly new. It will skid on like it did, but it is going down the leg side on this occasion.
And also because the speed I was talking about, he's going to operate. That was pretty quickish, wasn't it? So it didn't really have time for the batsman to go down on the knee to sweep.
Decent start from Ramesh Mendy. He's not had the best of tournaments so far, both with the bat and the ball. But look at that run rate, Gamani, 12.60. This time he goes on the back foot and tries to punch it away, but gets it down to long off single, and you can be seeing something that is not looking that good for cricket, Gamani.
Yeah, again a slight drizzle. As you can see, there's a rag that's being used by Ramesh Mendy. Obviously, he's finding it a bit difficult to grip the ball at the moment, so you can guarantee that he's not going to get any turn. He'll be looking to dart that ball towards the leg stump. Well, Vinod Bhanuka has come down the track and missed it completely. There goes the third wicket for the Greys. Stumped by the wicket keeper, and Mendy picks up his first wicket.
Interesting to see whether there was a hint of turn on that, Gamani. As we take a look. No, there was no turn. He went down the wrong line, and it went through that gap that he had created. Vinod Bhanuka's misery continues. Well, with Vinod Bhanuka departing for 1, the Greys are 43 for 3. It's not only Vinod Bhanuka and Kamil Mishara who is walking back to the dugout or the pavilion. It's the entire players who are out there in the centre alongside the two officials, because the ground staff has been called upon, and the covers are going to come back because it's started to rain once again here in Pallekele. Not a pleasant sight if you're a cricket fan, but well, that's what the nature has decided in today's evening game, that they need to have control of the game of cricket.
Yeah, certainly these are not good pictures, I can tell you that. It's frustrating for the players, the officials, even for the guys who are watching from home in your own comfort, sitting on your couch. It's coming down pretty hard. We've already had an interruption, so wait and see whether we are going to get any play for the rest of the night. Don't forget that the T20 format is such, Kosala, the minimum requirement is to get a result is 5 overs. So you can wait till the last hour if you want to get a result, and no doubt they will do that. Hopefully, for everyone's sake, that this is just a passing shower.
You just only need 30 to 40 minutes of cricket, isn't it? Have a result in a T20 game. There you go, the fourth umpire, another Kottachi. This is the story so far here. This is how the wickets fell. Cruz Pulle was the first to go, wrapped in front of Bishop Fernando. Charit Asalanka was caught behind by Lahiru Udara. And then Vinod Bhanuka was stumped by Lahiru Udara of Ramesh Mendy. So Lahiru Udara has had 2 of the 2 victims out of the 3 wickets that have fallen. This is the Greys batting card so far. Lasit Cruzpulli making 17. Kamil Mishara is still there on 16. Sarita Salanka and Minod Banaka, the other 2 men back in the pavilion. The total on 43 for 3. Just a solitary extra. Four bowlers used for the 4 overs by the Greens captain. A wicket for Ramesh Mendis, 2 for Vishu Fernando. Nuwan Tushara and Kamindu Mendis not having the best of starts. So the story is that it's still drizzling out here, or raining a little bit harder, and the covers are being brought in by the ground staff. We'll be back with you when we have some news from the Pallekele International Stadium on this game of the Dialog-SLC Invitation T20 League. Until then, have a pleasant evening.
Sign up for a